ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to NWA Into the Fire. We once again have an amazing show lined up for you tonight. And running through some of the matches, we will see the debut, or the in-ring debut, of Matt Lee, formerly known as Matt Menard. He debuted at the end of the last show. He attacked Colby, Corino and RVD and put a warning out to Bishop Dyer. And speaking of Bishop Dyer, we will see him defend his NWA World Heavyweight Championship against none other than EC3. And in our main event tonight, we will see Colby Corino once again take on James Mitchell's personal monster, Max the Impaler, for one last time in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Once again, all of this and more will be tonight on NWA Into the Fire. Paige is improving, getting a 30 rating for an in-ring performance and a good win in a pre-show match. If we move on to our next one, a really good match. Weber Hatfield defeats EM DeMorist in again 6.5 minutes. Weber Hatfield proving why he is a permanent member of the roster, getting a 52 rating. EM DeMorist is quite rusty, so gets a 21, but a good 43 rated pre-show match. And in the final of our pre-show matches, the Diamonds in the Rough do defeat Leroy Green and Casey Kazana in about 8.5 minutes after Slade pins Green. Again, the belts weren't on the line, but just a good pre-show match to keep them all in the loop. Again, good performances all round. Leroy Green is rusty, getting an 18, but good performances from the Diamonds in the Rough. But we'll move on to the main show. The main show kicks off with an excellent 58 rated match as Bishop Dyer defeats EC3 to make his third defense of the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. EC3 earned this challenge by beating Odinson on the last show, but Bishop Dyer does defeat EC3 tonight, and his reign as the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion continues. We then have Bully Ray. He comes out to the ring once again. He debuted with Bojack and Marsh Rockette on the last show, and he guarantees that both Bojack and Rockette will be NWA World Tag Team Champions by the end of the year. Again, it's not difficult to see why these men are so highly thought of in the NWA, as they do defeat Burchill and Mims. Really good performances from both of them. Bojack getting a 46, Marsh Rockette getting a 43. Good performances from Burchill and Mims as well, with a 29 and a 38 respectively, but a big win for the new team of Bojack and Marsh Rockette. We'll then have the Southern Six in their clubhouse. They're arguing. Thrillbilly Silas has had enough, and he says that at the next show, NWA Give It All, they'll settle all their differences. So it was Alex Taylor and Kerry Morton once again arguing after they lost the United States Tag Team Championships on the last show. But Silas Mason has had enough. They'll settle it all on the next show. Speaking of the NWA United States Tag Team Championships, they are on the line as the debuting Faithless. This is Johnny Yuma and Sal Renaro, formerly Gags the Gimp and Salvation. They actually defeat their former partners, Vic and PCO, to win the NWA United States Tag Team Championships. Again, getting a huge one-up on their former manager, James Mitchell, by beating his disciples of Sin. We'll then go backstage once again, where Mark Henry finds the Diamonds in the Rough. He says that he's found 2 world-renowned wrestlers to challenge the Diamonds in the Rough at NWA Give It All for the NWA World Tag Team Championships. He doesn't say who they are, but he says they are world-renowned wrestlers. They've won titles all over the world, wherever they've gone, and they are coming to the NWA at Give It All. So we'll have to wait and see who the Diamonds in the Rough are facing. We move from the Diamonds in the Rough to Oliver Carter defeating the debuting Loki in a good 45 rated match. A big win for Oliver Carter against Loki, who has again experience all over the world. So a really big win for Oliver Carr, who is getting back on track after his last match where he lost against Bishop Dyer for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. If you remember, he was attacked by Max the Impaler on the last show, so he couldn't help Colby Corino when Bishop Dyer defeats him. But he's back to full fitness, and he's here defeating Loki. We'll then have Paige defeating Tiffany Neves for the NWA World's Women's Championship. It's defense number 33 for Paige, but there was interference in the match, as Charlie Evans, who we saw debut on the last show, she is here from PWA, so Pro Wrestling Australia, and she is helping Paige defeat Tiffany Neves tonight. Paige, after her win against Neves, grabs the microphone and she reveals that she is now the longest reigning NWA World Women's Champion of the modern era, beating Camille's 812 days. This win tonight takes her over that. She was on 811 days tonight, so tomorrow she'll match that record, and then the Monday she'll be beating that record. And she thanks her new sister, Charlie Evans. Again, seemingly putting something else out there for Paige, who is her actual sister. She says she has a new sister in Charlie Evans. Then, in an absolutely excellent 62 rated match, TJP defeats Bestia, Says and Aita in 11.5 minutes with a jumping neckbreaker. This is his third defense of the World Junior Heavyweight Championship, and it's an absolutely fantastic match. TJP getting a 61, Bestia getting a 58, but Aita, being in extremely poor form apparently, still getting a 47, which is still a really good rating, to a 62 match. His third defense of the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship. After this, TJP is still in the ring, and then his music cuts out, and someone appears on the ramp, and it's Ortiz, formerly of LAX, formerly of Proud and Powerful, formerly the teammate of Mike Santana. He has left AEW and he has arrived in the NWA. He says he wants to stop TJP's title reign and he wants the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship, and puts a challenge out for NWA Give It All. We'll then have a 53 rated match as Matt Lee does make his official in-ring debut as he defeats Mike Seidel in just over 9 minutes. Good debut here, 53 rated match. He gets a 52 in-ring performance, which is very good, and he does show him as quite a strong competitor for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. After the match, he cuts a 78 rated promo, the best promo I think we've ever had here in the NWA. He says he's here for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship and he wants to challenge Bishop Dyer at NWA Give It All. So we have to see if Bishop Dyer accepts this, or there may be another challenger for Bishop Dyer, depending on the winner of the main event, which is up next. And in a 73 rated match, another absolutely fantastic match, Colby Corino once again defeats Max the Impaler by 2 falls to 1 in this 2 out of 3 falls match. Again, a really, really good match here. Another 73 rated match. I believe this goes one better than the best match we had on the last show, which I believe got a 72. But this is the end of the Colby and Max storyline, and a really, really good way to end it. A 73 rated match. So Colby Corino, again, stakes his claim to challenge Bishop Dyer for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. We'll see if it's going to be Corino or Matt Lee that challenges him at NWA Give It All. But we'll finish the show and see what final rating we got. So the final rating for NWA Into the Fire is a 63. I believe this is our best show ever. And you can tell by the ratings of the matches and the main event. Far better than our last show, which was hampered by quite a few production issues. But again, our production still is a lot worse than our rivals. I believe if we do get the money to actually end up matching our broadcast quality and things like that, then this show would have easily probably been high 60s, maybe even 70s. But at the moment, to save our finances, it is a 63. Again, increase our popularity in 24 regions, but the best show we have done so far. If we move to the post-show, we will see who we are going to praise. So this is probably quite a familiar scene, but we are going to praise Colby, Corino, TJP and Weber Hatfield. So we'll see how they react to this. Colby Corino is very happy, TJP is very happy, and Weber Hatfield is pleased with the speech. I don't believe there was any injuries, so we go straight to our financial report. Again, the wage bills are getting higher, as you'll probably see when it comes up. $8,450, which is actually a little bit less than the last show, but we did make $16,000 worth of ticket sales, which means we have an overall profit of almost $13,000, which is about $4,000 up than the last show. So a really good profit made from this show. If we look at our popularity recap, we'll see if we've gone up, and we have in many different regions all over America. We're now up to 30 pop, except for 3 different regions. We are now only 2 popularity points away from getting a TV deal for NWA Power, and we've moved up to 19 popularity in a lot of regions of Mexico. So we are growing very steadily, very nicely, and we're very close to getting that NWA Power TV deal. But that should be the end of the post show, so I'll see you back in the office area to have a look at our viewerships. So we are back in the office area again, looking over some of the news articles. It doesn't look like there's much. Shane Mercer's quit GCW. He is someone we could look to bring in relatively soon. He's obviously a very good wrestler, and if he's quit GCW, then he might be a lot more free than he has been before. But if we look at our emails, we'll look at our viewership, which got over 40,000 viewers, so 41,913, almost 42,000 viewers. A really good viewership for the show, and a really good show overall, being our best show so far with our best match ever. If we then look to what is next, the next show is NWA Give It All. Again, it is in 13 days time, so just under 2 weeks, and this will be the next episode that I come to you for. Again, in that show, we will see who will challenge Bishop Dyer. Will it be Matt Lee? Will it be Colby Corino? Or will it be both of them? We'll have to see in the next show. We'll also see the Diamonds in the Rough take on the 2 teased international superstars that Mark Henry promised that we will see. Again, we'll find out who these are and much more at NWA Give It All. Thank you very much for watching once again. I really appreciate all the support this series has been getting. Make sure you like and subscribe and share with anyone who may want to see this. If there are any wrestlers that you do want to see on the show, make sure to leave them down in the comments below. And I'll see you at NWA Give It All.